What's up, YouTube? Got another one here for y'all, and as y'all see, we on the Altima again. And in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to be cleaning up this back area back here. And also, as y'all see, we have a Ct Sounds amp in here. Now, real quick, while it's just sitting, the reason why it's sitting that way is I just bought this off Facebook Marketplace a day or two ago, and I didn't really want to completely like install it in case anything went wrong with it. Then I would have to take it all out. So I was like, let me just hook it up this way, sit it on top of the other amp. It shouldn't really move anywhere, which actually it didn't. I wedged it in there pretty good. It didn't slide around or anything. But I've been playing it for the past 2 days pretty much, and it works perfectly fine. So yeah, we're going to be installing that, basically taking that Gravity amp out and putting that down here somewhere. Where also, as a bonus, I'm going to try to take and relocate this amp up here where the Bose amp is sitting at. That's the Bose amp. I still never took it out yet, but I'm going to take it out today. It's only 4 bolts, so I'm going to be taking that out and trying to relocate this amp up there. Now, I know I will have to extend these wires, which I have no problem with doing that. I should have enough wire to do that. The RCAs will be plenty long. The only thing that might get me is I don't know if I have any longer 4 gauge or even 0 gauge sitting around. So I'm going to look around and see what I have. I know I do have a 0 gauge wire coupler in there. So if I do have to join 2 wires together, I'll use the wire coupler and do that. But yeah, we're pretty much going to try to put it up here upside down, and also try to get both of these batteries secure in an actual nice sturdy box. Like, I'm actually going to make a nice sturdy box for both of these batteries and try to set them up here with the can't even think right now, I'm sorry, the Ct Sounds 1500 watt. That's the one this one is. It's the 1500 watt. And as y'all know, in the Tahoe, I got the Ct Sounds 2K in there. I would unlock it and show y'all it, but I did start taking the Tahoe apart because the thing was having major engine problems. So I'm pretty much going to rebuild it, same treatment like the G, but it's going to be not as much as like the G, but that's for a different video. But yeah, I have experience with Ct Sounds, and they actually sound very good, so that was a no-brainer. And I actually got this for a super steal. I got this thing for 70 bucks. He said he had 2 of them. He ended up sending 1 back, and he didn't send this one back. He just posted it on Facebook Marketplace. Now, he bought it used pretty much from Ct Sounds. That's where all these stickers and stuff is from. But he said he only used it for maybe like 5 minutes in his truck, but he realized him having the 2 amps strapped together was too much power for his build, so he had to go a different route. So, but yep, Ct Sounds 1.5K. So I'm gonna unhook all that, put some tape around the wires and all that, pull that Gravity 1K out, and y'all will see that in another build. Like I said, the 12s, y'all see that in another build here in the coming weeks. But yeah, let's get started. Alright guys, we got this amp all out. Let's take a better look at it. I'm probably going to try to wipe it down. I don't know if I can get these this old glue from these old stickers or whatever off of here. I'll try, but I'm not going to go too crazy on it. But I do want to kind of wipe it down. But yeah, this is pretty much, I just turned the gain up. I really didn't. I just turned it up till I heard, and I know I probably turned it way too high, but that bass knob, the dial, is actually kind of looking suspicious. But I did try to turn it. It's turned all the way to the left, and the bass boost, I'm hoping it's not on. There's nothing wrong with that knob and it's stuck on or anything. I don't even know how I would test to see. Actually, I guess I could hook up my clip or my oscilloscope and see if it's clipping or anything. But this is what this side of the amp looks like. I do not have the bass knob with this, but I do have the bass knob that came with the 2K. So I might see if that works for this and run that in here. It is missing one of the screws for the positive, but that really didn't bother me because I'm only going to be just using these two, or I might move this screw over to this one, or however I choose to do it. But it's missing one of the screws, and these are Phillips, as y'all see. But oh, those screws are kind of stripped. I didn't see that really. Oh, especially that remote one. Oh, we must have been using the wrong size screwdriver. But this is what the amp is looking like. Show y'all the underside too. Oh damn, some stickers and stuff under here too. But without further ado, I'm going to take this out. I gotta go grab the impact, the Phillips bit, pull that out, set that to the side, and then I'll start undoing this. Or no, I guess I'll actually pull the box out, and then we'll start removing that Bose amp up there. So alright, here's both amps out side by side. Here's the Warzone and Ct Sounds, and you see the Ct Sounds is definitely way longer. But this Warzone amp, I usually rate amps on a scale of like 1 to 5 really, and honestly this Gravity amp, I would give it a solid 2.5. honestly, I'd give it a solid 2.5, and the only reason I say that is because it sounds like it puts out the 1,000 watts, but like there's like the bass just sounds like super flat, like there's nothing there. Like it works, and it sounds like it's giving 1,000 watts, but it sounds like there's nothing to the bass, honestly. But like I said, this is going to be going to a different project. Like I said, it's decent for what it is and what the price was for it, for what it was when I first bought it. But what the price is for these now, I wouldn't pay for that. There's better, cheaper options that you can get for the same amount of wattage for less, pretty much. But other than that, that's what I feel about the Gravity Warzone amp and the Ct Sounds. Like I already said earlier, I definitely like the way the Ct Sounds amps sound. But without me, or let me stop talking and start taking the rest of these amps out, unhook this one up, and then we're going to take that one out too. So alright guys, I got the Bose amp out. It was just 4 screws, or 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it was these 4 10mm right here. But now, since I have this out, I think I have a plan what I want to do. First thing I'm going to do is probably bring the grinder out and just shave these tabs off, so that way the piece of wood can mount to this bracket completely flat. And honestly, it looks like these studs sit recessed up enough that, you know, it won't interfere with the wood. But if they do, I'll cut them down some, but I'm not going to cut them completely down. But definitely these little ears have to go, so I'm going to cut those off real quickly. And then I'm going to get a measure piece of wood. I do know I did have the trunk closed, and look where this bar sits when the trunk is closed, so I cannot have it go literally no further than the edge here. It literally cannot go no further than this edge, the piece of wood. So I'm going to sit it back there. I'm about to unhook this amp and, you know, kind of generally test fit it up there, make sure it'll even fit in that space. And also I don't think the box even slides back that far, but it will have like a small gap in between, like the bottom or the top of the amp and the box, and the top of the box. So I was looking at all of that, so it should fit in there pretty much nice and snug like it's supposed to be there, honestly. But I'm also going to try to bring the wires up this same wire harness right here and zip tie it all to that, and, you know, try to keep it looking nice and clean. But other than that, guys, about to get started with cutting these off. Alright. Alright guys, I got my piece of wood mounted to the bracket. I also did take the 4-channel out. That is cut to the size of the 4-channel, so now I just have to grab the screws in the 4-channel and set it up there. And the way I'm seeing it, the wires are probably just going to come out on this side because the speaker's right there on that side, so RCAs will probably be right there on that side. But yeah, other than that, this is what we're looking like right now. And so far, so good. Now, I know I did plan on to try to reuse these screws, but as I laid down and started really thinking about it, there was like no real like convenient way to do it. I didn't have the correct size drill bits to try to recess them in the wood either and still get a socket around these. So, but other than that, that's what we're looking like. About to grab the 4-channel, mount him up, and then start looking at extending the wires and stuff up here, and then also figuring out how to put both of these batteries on here with the 1500 watt mono block in front of it. Alright people, I got the 4-channel finally in there, upside down, hanging. It was challenging kind of trying to lay that up there and even putting that piece of wood up there. That's why I didn't record none of that. It was challenging just laying on my back, even though those things are very light. Having your arms up in a messed up position for a little while in this little trunk will definitely wear you out. But other than that, it's finally up there. Now I'm about to test fit the box in here and make sure the trunk's able to shut perfectly and everything. But other than that, I think we'll be golden. Okay, this is what it's looking like with the box in here. And now I'm about to shut the trunk and make sure it's able to shut, and ain't nothing funny going on with all of that, but it looks like the box clears the amp. And now we just have to check to see it's going to clear the trunk. Trunk shuts fine. Let me make sure. Yep, it's completely shut. Opens right back up. Alright guys, we're moving right along. Now, what I'm about to try and do, or not try and do, next is going to be wiring it up. So I'm actually about to pull this box back out again and get the wires ran up there. Alright guys, let me show y'all where I'm at now. And I know this looks like a mess, and I said we were straightening this up, but you got to make it a mess before you make it basically clean. So right now, like I showed y'all earlier, 4-channel sitting up there. I decided to mount the Ct Sounds amp like that because it'll be easier to get to adjustments. I have both batteries here, and I actually didn't mount them in the box, and that's because I felt as though the L brackets would be simpler and quicker. Also, we have this Scar Audio ground distribution block that I'm going to need because I'm starting to run out of 0 gauge connectors pretty much. So also I'm going to tidy the weight of these wires up here. You see how like a lot of them are crossing, so I'm going to try to make it look nice and uniform up here. I also have all the wires for the 4-channel pretty much extended. They need to just be cut to length at the amp. And yeah, other than that, I do have that coupler I was telling y'all about right here. 0 gauge coupler couples 2 0 gauge wires together, and it's nice and tight. Like, I'm gonna try to pull on it right here for y'all so y'all can see. Like, that's not coming apart no time soon. I am going to wrap this with tape, but I am only using this on the ground side. That's the only reason why I'm using this. I have a long enough for the 0 gauge for the power. But other than that, guys, we're pretty much moving along. I've been doing a lot of the little stuff like this behind the scenes. We're just about done. I do have zip ties to cut, but other than that, guys, we're pretty much all set. Here's the Ct Sounds 1.5K right here. I didn't touch none of the gain knobs or none of that on that still. I didn't even listen to this. I just pretty much got it all hooked up. I didn't try to hook the tripod up because I was in and out the back seat and the trunk the whole time. So, but for the most part, shouldn't try to turn the camera upside down, but as you'll see, I got a bunch of zip ties to cut the tails off of, but For the most part, it's actually nice and neat, and I'm actually proud of myself with the job that I've done here. I had to improvise on a couple things doing this, but for the most part, it's all together nice and clean. And here's the batteries, like I said earlier. Fixed up all those wires too. They're a lot neater over here now, and they're not crossing and all that stuff like the way they were earlier. I am going to throw a little zip tie right there, but other than that, we are all set. Let me grab the cutters and cut these zip ties, throw the box back in, and we'll see how it all looks together. Just the 15s are all back in. I did hook them up. I didn't bother on trying to straighten the wires that come from the box out, because I figure if I ever need to take the box out, it'll just be, you know, dumb of me to put a zip tie around it. Then I'll have to find something to cut the zip tie and all of that. So I just tucked the wire off to the side. But for the most part, we are looking clean back here. All the zip ties are cut. Show y'all one more time again from the back what the amp looks like, clearance and everything. We have everything all zip tied and out of the way. I'm actually very proud of how all of this came out today. Wires are a lot neater than what they were. Everything's just a lot better than what it was, from the amp, everything. But I guess now it's time to turn it on and hear how this thing sounds. Test time, just got done tuning everything. Sounds decent. Didn't hook up the oscilloscope or nothing. I did it all by ear. But about to press play. Got the same chopped and screwed as last time on the last video. But one thing I will say, I think I'm slowly starting to grow out of the Scar Audio SDRs. Like, they almost sound like, to me, because I've listened to them like a lot, they almost starting to really sound like the IXs to me. Either that or I'm just getting used to bass way too much. Because like, it's just like, it hits hard, don't get me wrong. It definitely hits hard and all of that. But I think I'm just ready for something more better than SDRs. I think it's just time for me to step my game up whenever it comes to a bass line and subwoofers. So I think I might, even though I did just put these SDRs and all of that in here, I might switch them out maybe in a month or two. Switch them out with a different brand, hopefully. But I might switch to maybe, I don't know yet. We're going to look and see what I can see out there. I'm going to look in the budget range because I want to, you know, try to relate to y'all as much as I can. You know, I'm not the richest person in the world. I'm trying to do this as if, you know, any person's going out there to buy subs or any type of sound system for that matter, you know, to, you know, show y'all what it's basically hitting for. But without further ado, I'm about to press play.
Bitch, get up. Get up, bitch. 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 Get up. Get up, bitch. Get up, bitch. Get up, bitch. Get up. Order up a couple hundred bottles. Tell the club up. About to spend 100 on these bottles. Tell the club up. If you ain't talking about no money, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I put a dub up. Order up a couple hundred bottles. Tell the club up. About to spend 100 on these bottles. Tell the club up. If you ain't talking about no money, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I put a dub up. Came from the north side, now I'm seeing north side, still close range with the shooter. Still saying, fucking by bucket at the bucket. I don't even know why I still do it. Give me business, give me bread, you can give me hair. Hold on, baby, let me show you how you really do it. I walk like a pimp and I talk like a pimp. I walk like a pimp and I talk. I walk like a pimp and I talk. Goddamn, but she already do it.
Oh, hold on, I never turned.
Let me to the city, I'm strapped. She get hot down, with the top down. Let the city know a nigga back. Might as well
the door flaps. The first time I forgot to turn the bass knob back up. That's kind of my fault. I was wondering, like, wait, it ain't hitting like the way it just was, but I just turned it up.
I got the fire. I'm not boss, can't fire me. Made it through. Boys ain't no rappers, they not doing shows, they not in no videos. They too busy moving doors.
Change the song up a little bit to get a different kind of beat on it. And this thing, it sounds good. It sounds very good, honestly. Like I said, only thing I would do is just probably change the subs out in the future. But other than that, mids and highs are fine. Just had to add the rear door speakers and the proper rear deck speakers. But as far as the front doors go, they are perfect. Bass is good for now. Like I said, so I switched them out, but take another look of it. Should have been a clumper. RP my niggas double closing handles. I don't fuck with liquor. Real street nigga. I own this nigga. Alright guys, that's the end of the demo for now. But other than that, like I said, I will probably only just switch the subs out in this car, and this sound system's perfect. But maybe I'll save that for whenever I get, like I said, the right 6x9s and some 6.5s for the rear doors, and I'll probably switch out to one more 15s, and I ain't touching the sound system in this car no more. This is good. Head unit's finally right, like y'all seen in the last video. Y'all seen my whole little debacle with that. Door speakers are right. I have the FSX 6.5s there. Then I got these PRV 3.5 inch slim tweeters in the front doors. I don't know if I'm going to put something in the rear doors or not, but I like the way they sound up here. Other than that, guys, let me know what y'all think, and like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you on the next video.